morning. Okay. All right, we'll say good morning. Let us begin. So we are picking up this morning in Seif Yud Zayin in Tzidkas Hatzaddik. Cities, I sent it out on the WhatsApp chat yesterday. So the Rebbe here advances a really incredible idea. Zman avodas hapoel rak bayom. Right, Reb Tzaddik, the time for a worker, right? So again, he's talking about on a very technical level. So if a worker is employed by someone to perform a job, so the time frame in which a worker is mechuyev to work is by day. Kimo shene'amar yetze ade arev, v'lachin amru be'erevin, and therefore the Chazal say in Erevin, anan pole diyamama. We are day workers. Now, both say now understand what the Rebbe is discussing over here. The Gemara Maseches Erevin is discussing the concept of learning Torah. When is a person obligated to learn? So the Gemara says, "Anan poli diyamama." We are daytime workers, and therefore our obligation to learn, our obligation to engage in spiritual service and toil, is by day. Avalayla l'shinta, but nighttime is for sleeping. So we'll say this is really quite interesting. If you take a look in the Be'uri HaChasidus, in the Be'uri HaChasidus, in the left-hand column on page Lametes, he writes as follows: "V'lachin amru Chazal b'Maseches Erevin lahagdir zman chavosinu lilmod Torah." When Chazal are speaking about the time frame in which one is obligated to go ahead and learn, so the Gemara writes, "Anan pole diyamama." Anan anachnu polim ha'ovdim rak bayom. Kevan sheka'amor chavosinu lilmod hi rak bayom. Avalayla nivras rak l'shinta l'shena. Shabbos said, this is really incredible. So the way the world, the Gemara is saying is as follows: the way the world was created is that daytime is for working, daytime is for physical and spiritual toil. You learn Torah by day, right? Nighttime was created for what? Nighttime was created ultimately to go ahead and sleep. However, with one exception, rak ki Yosef biyamama para b'layla. There's only one difference. Sometimes if you borrow from the day, you must go ahead and pay it back at night. Now what does that mean? He says, he'll take a look at the Be'uri Chasidus again. He says, Rak ki Rav Acha bar Yaakov Amar Yosef b'yamami para b'layla. If you borrow by day, you have to pay it back at night. Haya love bayom uporea b'layla. Hainu shahaya kover lo lishnos kach v'kach prakim bayom. What he's saying is as follows. Rav Acha bar Yaakov would say like this. He'd say, if you established for yourself the obligation to learn a certain amount of time each and every day, right? So I have a certain number of prakim, certain number of a certain learning allotment, certain number of hours, certain amount of material, and that's what I'm supposed to cover each and every day. Ulvamim shahayatarud be'esek parnasaso b'yom. But sometimes if a person was a little bit preoccupied during the day or wasn't able to go ahead and fulfill his learning quota by day for whatever the reason, then he would repay what he borrowed from the day at night. So at that point in time, he would go ahead and learn, make up his learning by night that he missed by day. So this is actually really incredible. If you take a look, he says, "Va'ayin Rabbeinu Yonah Brachas Hamad from the Be'uri Chasidus left-hand column. Sheposek she'in levarich birchas Torah limud balayla mishum shelagabe limud haTorah halayla holech achayom." So this is actually very interesting. Rabbeinu Yonah brings up an interesting question, which is, why is it that once nightfall arrives, why am I not obligated to recite birchas haTorah again? Right? Think about this for just a moment. Think about this, that at the end of the day, the night represents a new calendrical day. If that's the case, although I recited Birchas HaTorah, L'maiseh again, my Birchas Torah should run its course over the course of the day. And come nightfall, I should have to go ahead and recite the brand new Birchas HaTorah. So Rabbeinu Yonah says he's not obligated to do that. Why is that? Because although normally, under most circumstances, Hayom Holich Achar Halayla, the day follows the nighttime, which means that ultimately, remember again, that the night begins the new calendrical day, and the daytime is an extension of that previous nighttime. There's one exception to that, which was when it comes to learning. When it comes to Talmud Torah, Halayla Holich Achar Hayom. The night follows the day. And says Rabbi Yonah, therefore, what's the pshat? Therefore, when nightfall comes, you don't need another Birchas HaTorah. Why not? Because the Birchas HaTorah of the night is still covered by the Birchas HaTorah of the following day. Says Reb Tzaddik, why is this important? Why is this important? Because what do you see from here? This goes back to the previous thing, which is, apparently says Reb Tzaddik, or really quoting Rabbi Yonah, that the night was not created for learning. Interesting. The nighttime was created for sleep. The nighttime was created for sleep. And halacha l'maisa, the only reason that you learn by night is if you have to make up something you did by day. He says, Mashma dechin halacha, shal nivra halayla rak l'shena, imo lahashlim ma shechiser bayom. So we'll say this is really quite a dramatic idea. Quite a dramatic idea, which is that halacha l'maisa, the Gemara understands, is that daytime is created for learning, nighttime is created for sleeping, and the only time you really learn at night is when you have to make up that which you borrowed from the day. Now we'll see exactly why Reb Tzaddik would say this. In other words, it sounds almost so counterintuitive, because normally we're accustomed to think that learning is something that a person is obligated to do all the time. You should go ahead and engage in it, to learn day and night. And yet here Reb Tzaddik is saying, no, Talmud Torah learning takes place by day. And the only time actually that you're obligated to learn at night is when? Is halacha l'maisa. If you could not finish what you were supposed to do by day, then you should go ahead and finish it at night. So we'll explain the svara for it in just a little bit. Rak mikol makom, back up top on page Lametes, left-hand column. Rak mikol makom matzanu gabi melechas beis hamikdash. So I'll see an interesting exception to this. Interesting exception. We see by the beis hamikdash. Brachas daf beis amadeis. Sakadaitin, page mem. Sakadaitin. Demikadni umechashchi gam balayla. Ulamaskana nami rak mishum dehutzruchu halayla lemishmar. So if you take a look in the Be'urei HaChasidus once more, beginning on page Lametes, he says, Sakadaitin hainu, page mem, Svurim lomar demikadni umechashchi, shekdimu vechshichu la'aval b'vinyei beis hamikdash gam balayla v'lo rak bayom. So remember again, one would have thought that halacha l'maisa, that they would go ahead and get up very early and work very late for the avoda in the Beis Hamikdash, gam balayla. So I might have thought that the avoda in the Beis Hamikdash takes place by night and not just by day. Hainu she'eschilu b'melacha kvar me'alos hashachar, v'gam b'tzeisak kochavim, u'lemaskana nami, I'm just reading the Be'urei HaChasidus, v'afal v'yeh maskana shechazru ba'agimar milomar achein, rak mishum shemuforish b'paset tehutzu chas alayla l'mishmar. So we'll say this is really incredible. So Tzaddik says again, even in the Beis Hamikdash, you see that the nighttime was not really a time for avoda. Right? Remember again, what did they do in the Beis Hamikdash at night? They burnt the leftover fats and limbs. There was no avoda. There was no sacrificial service that took place at night. The entire essence of nighttime, ultimately says Reb Tzaddik, is all about rest. All right, in the Beis Hamikdash, shmira, guarding. Right? Dynamic activity only applies by day. And then he quotes over here, this is actually incredible. We saw this. He quotes the Gemara Masechah Shabbos, Daf Peites Amud Beis. Remember again, this Gemara, he quotes over in the Be'urei HaChasidus, this Gemara is talking about where when Mashiach comes and there's going to be a reckoning, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to each of the avos and tells them, Banecha chatu. Remember again, Avram says, if the children have sinned, let them be wiped out. Yaakov says, let them be wiped out. Yitzchak comes along and says, Kadosh Baruch Hu, come on, how much could they actually have sinned? Remember this Gemara? Right? The lifespan of a man is 70 years. And what does the Gemara say? Half of it. Right? Half of it, he goes ahead and he spends sleeping. So Tzaddik says, you see, and therefore again, remember, the difference is really only 35 years, and even out of the 35 years, 17 and a half of those years is spent eating and drinking and going to the bathroom. So it's really only 17 and a half years that man could have possibly have sinned. So Tzaddik again says, what do you see from here? You see from here that halacha l'maisa, the nighttime is really reserved for sleeping. Right? The nighttime is reserved for shmira. The nighttime is not a time for dynamic activity. Rather, nighttime ultimately, again, is a time we'll have to see exactly for what, but what the Shmira and what the Shena is supposed to symbolize on a spiritual level. But again, a very stark dichotomy. Daytime, time for dynamic activity, spiritual avoda. Nighttime, time for Shena and Shmira, sleeping and guarding. We'll say the deeper meaning of that and ramifications of that, Meretz Hashem, we'll see tomorrow. We'll stop over here. Shekayach.